Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our next session of the SIDDC chat. Today, we have two committees representing. We have the Self-Direction Committee representative and the Education Committee. We're going to begin with the Education Committee. We have Mary Beth and Christina Silva-Soto. Okay. All right, Mary Beth, let's start with you. What is the importance of joining your committee for parents?
Well, our education committee really gives families a platform to engage with the community and receive support. So becoming part of this committee allows families to connect with other families that are facing similar challenges and to really access valuable information and resources that are tailored towards the special education process, to supports and to services that are available to them.
That's great. See, you find out different information from everybody. How does this really empower the families? I mean, I work with the very young, so we go from preschool, now they're moving into kindergarten. And a lot of our families have a lot of questions about kindergarten and beyond. So how would that empower them to join your group?
Being part of our committee really empowers families to advocate for their children's educational needs. It helps them be more effective advocates. It provides a platform for these families to really become informed and to make a meaningful difference in their child's life. It serves as a hub for learning. We present a lot of relevant topics in education, and it allows families to stay informed about all of the latest developments in education. What are the best practices? What are those available resources? And this knowledge really equips the families with the information they need to make informed decisions about their child's education and to navigate this really complex educational system more effectively.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I see it so much over the 25 years that I've been working with families. And more and more families are getting more and more educated through a lot of these workshops and fairs that we held, all year long. So I think it is really improving how families see their future. So if you want to just tell us what things you're coming up in your next meetings and stuff, I think Christina will help us out with that. Thank you very much.
Yes, we actually have our next meeting coming up this Thursday, March 28th at 1 p.m. And we will have Ms. Catherine Stanzoni from the Staten Island Regional Partnership Center to discuss the IEP parent member, which is very important, that extra support and resource available to families. A lot of them don't know about it. And then coming up in May on the 23rd at 1 p.m., we'll have Hey Adola, the Regional Parent-to-Parent Coordinator, to discuss educational records organizers. So this is to help the families become more organized and planning for their loved ones on their educational journey.
Yeah, that's a great workshop. I think, Mary Beth, I think you did it via Zoom at our school, and so many of the parents really took that home, and because they come in and they have like a folder filled with papers and they don't know where to start sometimes. So that's a great workshop. So thank you very much for doing that. And the Self-Direction Committee, you can tell us a little bit maybe about self-direction and why it's important for the families to join, because a lot of families don't even know about self-direction, believe it or not.
So I'm actually a big advocate for self-direction. It's basically where an individual can choose to manage their own supports and services. They get a budget, a circle support team, and yeah, they're basically managing their self-directed services. They could get OPWDD services through the budget, or they could get what we call non-traditional programs. So that's your community classes, like art classes and music classes that any peer or any individual can attend. So I think it's a great program, and it can be very time consuming. So the families need to know that obviously it's almost like a second job sometimes. So just keeping that in mind and being very well organized. But our committee, the reason why, you might want to join our specific committee is we do connect, you'll be able to connect with other individuals that are self-directing their services, as well as fiscal intermediary providers, support brokers, care managers, other OPWDD providers, as well as outside external vendors, like those community classes or memberships. And we provide education on resources on how to use your self-direction and navigate your self-direction budget.
I know it's great. I mean, 5 years ago, I really had no idea what self-direction is.
Mhm.
And now I'm pretty aware of what's going on, and we have a few families that have asked us. And actually, we are going to have a nice little workshop in our school, helping out those families understand it a little bit more. So what are the top topics that are coming up in your meetings to make people want to go?
So the next meeting we have is Wednesday, May 15th at 10 a.m. The topic is exploration of future planning by parents of adults with IDD using self-direction budgets. So Fadaya, my co-chair, and I, we attended the self-direction conference up in Albany. And Lori and Linda presented this presentation, and it was very eye-opening. So we wanted to share it with our committee and see what they thought of it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody from very young children to adult children can benefit by self-direction, and just more and more is happening every day.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. So I think the takeaway from this, obviously, will to join the council means you can network with families and professionals in the field, join a committee that aligns with your needs. Like Melissa said, self-direction, it's not an easy concept to grasp right away, but if you join the self-direction committee, they'll help you and be the extra resource. A lot of times a family will be new to the OPW world, and my emails are filled with, do I get a care manager before eligibility or after? Or so go to the care management committee and they'll give you your options on Staten Island. So that's why it's important to join a committee. And lastly, advocacy. If you go to our website, right now there are 1-clicks, and there's also another Albany visit. I believe it's April 3rd. It's on the website. That is the that 3.2% cost of living adjustment that we need for our direct support professionals, because we're seeing a major work crisis right now with employment. So advocacy efforts are on our website. And the last thing I want to share is our resource fair, which is on April 19th, and that is 1200 South Avenue, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you could just click the link and register. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, I mean, go to our website. It's filled with everything. It's got job opportunities for different agencies. It's got the vendors that we support. It's got everybody's information on there. And if you need any questions, you can always reach out to the council, and we can direct you in a way that may benefit you anyway that you might have an issue with. I guess that's it. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and we'll have a wonderful time, and you have a very nice rest of your day. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.